That's what happens to a lot of women that are male-centered. They allow men to decide when. The Next Door Podcast. Welcome back to the Next Door Podcast. I am Bestie Next Door, and I'm like your bestie next door. If you like your tea to be extra, extra sweet, then this place is not for you. Because we like our tea to be sweet and bitter. Sweet enough that it goes down, bitter enough to wake us up. Guys, do you like how I'm being consistent? Like, I'm actually being very consistent, and I'm enjoying this. I feel like I've gotten back into my groove of, posting more episodes, and just, I'm in a different place now. And the place that I'm in is just abundance, wealth, peace, because I've been doing a lot of reading, a lot of meditating. I've been finding a lot of information about how to find your purpose and how to just manifest money and just how to not have a limited mindset when it comes to finances. So I just been in a good place, and I've been trying to share that with you guys because I always tell you guys, and I will continuously tell you guys, that as I'm elevating, I also want you guys to elevate as well. That's what it is being a high value woman. When you become a high value woman, you make other women become high value. You make other women know their worth. Now, enough of that. On today's episode, we're talking about the disadvantages of being a male-centered woman. I think this is really important because you may feel like this is just common sense, but common sense is not as common as we think. So this is something that we need to address because some women may not even know that they're being male-centered. And I think a lot of the dating content is male-centered, really, realistically, is really just male-centered because how do you wear your hair like this? Wear this color if you want to attract this. It's male-centered content. And I think, as us being women, we're raised to kind of be male-centered because, when you think about it, our parents' family tends to rush us to have kids, to get married early, to just get into a relationship. And when you don't have a man, they look at you funny. It's just kind of it's like your worth or your value doesn't matter unless you have a man. It seems like that. And it's been a lot of single shaming that goes on the internet, which makes me know that just being in a relationship seems to be so highlighted and seems to be the main focus of a lot of people. So we have to address the disadvantages of being male-centered. I do have my iPad here, so I will be referring to my iPad to the notes that I've jotted down. So the first thing we need to understand is, what is a male-centered woman? A male-centered woman is a woman who decisions, emotions, and self-worth are deeply tied to men. Hey, Kai. Whether it's romantic relationships, social status, and personal validation, right? A lot of times I feel like most women tie their self-worth to dating a rich man. That's the reason why most women be like, anytime they think of money issues, the first thing they think of as a solution is a rich man. She prioritizes males' opinions over her own desires, goods, and financial security. Hence, 80% of women are dating for financial security anyway. She often feels like she needs a man to feel complete. And that is most women. Majority feel like they need a man to feel complete. Majority feel like they can't operate without a man in their life. And I'm not trying to I want to clarify because sometimes people like to misconstrue what I say, and sometimes some of my clips do get cut up and I don't even know where they go. I'm not saying this or making these type of content for you guys to feel like, you don't need a man. It's not the point. I really want you guys to feel fulfilled with yourself, because when you're fulfilled with yourself and you're happy, it translates into your relationships and just you being happy overall, because at the end of the day, you are the only one that can make yourself happy. So I am not making these type of content to bash men or to make you feel hyper independent or to put you in your masculine energy. No, I want you to really understand balance. I really want you to be operating at your highest capabilities, right? And the only way for you to operate at your highest capabilities, your highest level, is when you center yourself and stop focusing on, needing a man to achieve things. Like I previously mentioned, a lot of women, when they think about their financial problems, the first thing that comes to their head is, I need to find a rich man, or I need to date rich. That's the first thing that comes to their head. They're not thinking logically. They don't use their analytical skills. Sorry, I have a little accent, guys. Their analytical skills to figure out, okay, what can I do to make extra money? They automatically think about, I have a money problems, a rich man can solve it. And I made a video on TikTok that I'm going to post soon. I'm actually going to post after this episode, where I talked about, if the first thing that comes to your head when you have money issues is you need a rich man, then you need to change your thinking, because a lot of you don't understand that these rich men, they can have shitty characters. They can be abusive mentally. They can be financially abusive. They can be, some of them, not all of them, can be really nasty people. And a lot of women don't know the true character of some of the guys they deal with until later down the line, until they really sink themselves in a hole. Because the first thing they're thinking about is, oh, he has money. I don't got to work. I don't got to do this. I don't got to do that. So I'm good. And then later down the line, they realize, oh shit, he's narcissistic. Oh shit, he's financially abusive. Oh shit, he's a manipulator. Oh shit, he's controlling. All these things could be avoided when you are financially secured. When you date from a place of fullness, you're able to weed out the bullshit. You're able to walk away easier. Okay, so just to pivot back to what we were talking about, we now understand what a male-centered woman is. Now, why this conversation matters, like I mentioned, I already said why this conversation matters, but I'm just going to elaborate again because that's the notes, the organization I have on my iPad. Society glorifies women who evolve around men, but who does that benefit? It doesn't benefit us. At the end of the day, we're getting burnt out by trying to be the best cook, be the best in the bed. Hey, sister, be the best in the bed, be the best cook, take care of the kids. It just burns us out. It really burns us out because, we're trying to make sure we keep him. We're trying to make sure we're the best. And that, it doesn't really help us. We age before our time. We get tired. And again, my main objective this 2025 is to make you guys really be more self-sufficient and more self-centered, just so that you can be glowing, just so you don't age before your time. Because if you think about it, these men, although providing and, going out to hunt can be quote, quote, difficult, but marriage really benefits men mostly. And I'm gonna just leave it there. I'm not even gonna elaborate. I'm gonna leave it there. When your life revolves around, thank you, Gina. When your life revolves around men, you lose control of your own destiny. A lot of you trust men to build your future over yourself, and that's fucking scary. I don't mean to curse, but that's actually very, very scary. The fact that you trust men to build your future over yourself. And the women who trust men to build their future over themselves end up with regret and resentment. They're like, oh my God, I hate men. Men are this, men are that. It's not their fault. It's your fault because you trusted him over yourself. And a lot of you don't trust yourself. You have to understand that you are the only person in this world besides your parents. But even that, sometimes some of you may have some jealous moms or whatever. I don't know. I don't know you personally, but some of you may have, some family that's jealous. But you are the only person in the world, in this whole entire world, that would want the best for yourself. So why would you not trust your own judgment? Why are you always seeking validation from other people? Like, oh, what should I do with this job? Or what do you think I should do about this? They can't tell you the best thing because they're not you. And you are the only person that would want the best for yourself. And the answer that you're seeking is literally inside of you. You know the answers, but you're so busy looking for other people to clarify if it's right. Yeah, is it right? Is it right? Is it right? It is right. Trust yourself. Trust yourself to lead yourself in the right direction. Trust yourself to know that if I next call this guy, I'm going to find the guy that I actually want. A lot of you live in fear. Fear and faith is the same thing. Something we can't see, but we believe. Fear and faith is the same thing. Something we can't see, but we believe. Right? So instead of trusting fear, why not have faith? Because all the way up until now, the universe has had your back, even though it made you uncomfortable. That's what you guys don't understand. Sometimes, in order for you to grow and become better, you have to be uncomfortable. So a guy ghosting you is for your own benefit because, again, the universe heard things and seen what he has done behind your back. So that's why he ghosts you. That's why this is not working out. The universe is always working out in your favor, but a lot of you are so distracted by... A lot of you get distracted when things don't go your way. And anytime when something doesn't go your way, just know it's for your own betterment. Always think about the reason, because there's always a lesson in a mistake. There's always a lesson in a mishap. There's always a lesson that you need to learn that is going to help you in your next level, right? So now let's get into part one. Signs you are a male-centered woman. Let's get into the signs, because the signs are very important. Number one, your self-worth is based on male attention. We know this. Even though some women don't like to admit it, but some women, they want to get their bodies done. They want to go into the gym just because they want men attention. And I am a pro, if you don't like it, fix it. But you got to be fixing it because of you, not because, oh, I want men to look at me. I want men. Because when I start seeing some of these BBLs with these girls with the biggest, I'm talking about the big, like they put 20, 40 pounds in their ass. I'm thinking in my head, like, you can't tell me you're doing that for you. Because if you're doing, why would you want a big butt? Clearly, you're doing that for male attention. So that's the first sign that you are male-centered. When you just do things for male attention, you only think about how men are going to view you. How can men attract to me to do what I want? The first sign that you're male-centered. You, again, like I said, your self-worth is based on male attention. Your self-worth should be based on you. You should not care what a man thinks about your worth. You are the only one that determines your worth, and you show people how to treat you. So if you don't treat yourself good, just know that other men are not going to treat you good. And if you're trying to if you are basing your worth on male's attention, it's something that's never going to end. It's never going to end. Remember when they used to like big breasts? Now they like fat butt. Now they're saying they like skin. So it's like you're gonna end up botching yourself. This is how some girls end up with botched ass surgeries, because they're always altering themselves based on what men think, male's attention. If a man likes you, you feel good. If he ignores you, your mood drops. That's how you know you're male-centered. Because if he likes you, you feel good. If he ignores you, your mood drop. 90% of you guys, if a man ignores you, all of a sudden you're not in the mood. All of a sudden, it's pitch black in the room. All of a sudden, you're going everywhere with hoodie on, black hoodie on. You're dark. You're feeling moody. Oh, you can't think straight. Oh, you can't eat. You're losing weight. Male-centered. You're constantly seeking male validations through looks, social media, or behavior. Like girls that be like, oh my God, I need to know I gotta go to Pilates because I heard the guys like the girls that go to Pilates. Male-centered. You prioritize being chosen over choosing what's best for you. Male-centered. A lot of you are you guys listening? Because a lot of you are like that. A lot of you prioritize being chosen over doing the choosing. This is why what I just said it connects to what I've been saying before about women wanting to be a wife over making sure the man is actually the husband, the right husband for you. It connects to what I'm saying. Because a lot of you, and this is like 80% of women, they're so focused on being proposed to and, oh, I have a husband or I have a fiance, over actually asking themselves, am I ready to be a wife? And is he actually going to be a good husband? Because this is the reason why divorces are so high. Because girls are like, oh my God, I just want to have the wedding. I just want to be a wife. No, you have to prioritize if what you're choosing is best for you. Because sometimes not everything that comes your way is for you. Not everything that comes your way is for you. Not every guy that proposes to you, that you're supposed to be like, oh yeah, it needs to make sense. And the more you're intentional and the more you're always being aware, because again, a lot of you lack self-awareness. The more you're aware about what's best for you and what's not best for you, it increases your worth. You get to a place of not trying to impress others because you already impressed yourself, right? And again, everything's all about you. It's all about you, what you want, your preference is all about you. It should never be about your worth is based on male's attention, right? So let's get into the next one. The second thing is you make life decisions based on men. I know I'm talking to somebody. Some of you will sit there and say, oh, where the men at? Where the men at? Oh, bet we about to go. I'm about to move to Houston because I heard all the guys in Houston, they spend money. Mind you, you have no fucking business in Houston, but you're going to Houston. You have no business there. You have no business, nothing. But you're like, oh, I'm going to Houston because I heard all the guys in Houston, they be spending money. That's what a man, I'm looking for a husband. I'm looking for a husband. That's always, you making dumb life decisions based on men. Oh, I'm moving to such and such because I'm looking for a husband. Dumb. That's the second sign. You're male-centered. You choose where to live, what career to pursue. Some of you be like, oh, I'm going to get into tech because I heard there's a lot of tech guys in tech and I want to network with the guys in tech. Or how to behave based on what men like. Some of you like, oh, men like me to be a little bit more. And you know what? I'm going to clock that T, because to be honest with you, a lot of the content that, we consume or we see on social media is always about, oh, men don't like women that are loud. Men don't like and of course, as a woman, you shouldn't want to be too aggressive. You shouldn't want to be too vague. You shouldn't want to be loud, because it doesn't give off the right aura. But it's kind of like, I feel like a lot of women, if I was to say, okay, if you wear a red shirt on Monday and you wear a yellow shirt on Tuesday and you wear a yellow shirt on Thursday, you're going to find a rich man. 80% of you would do it. 80% of you would do it. But if I say, oh, if you wear a green shirt and you go into that building, you may make money. Some of you may be like, I don't know. That sounds too tricky. Why is she telling us this? She would keep that to herself. You know what I've noticed? When something is good for you, particularly some of you, not all of you, some of you, when it's good for you, you kind of question it. But once it's a rich man involved, you're like, oh yeah, I'm about to wear that because I need a rich man in my life because I need these bills paid. But a lot of you don't think further than just having a rich man, and that's the problem. And that's why a lot of women end up in situations they don't want to be in. I keep telling you guys, and I speak from experience. I dated a narcissistic guy. I dated a guy that took care of everything. And one position you don't want to be in is the woman who can't afford to leave. I told you guys my story. When I was dating my ex-fiance, in order for me to leave him, because I didn't have no funds, I had to take his Rolex and sell it. That was the only way I was able to leave. Would I tell you guys to do it? No. I'm just telling you guys this story just because I want you guys to learn from my mistakes and for you guys to understand that everything that I tell you guys, I live by. I've done it before. That's the reason why I keep preaching it to you guys, because I don't want you guys to be in a situation where you're like, fuck, what am I going to do? I have to leave. This guy's financially abusing me or he's manipulating me. What am I going to do? I don't want you guys to be in that situation that I was in, because when I was in that situation, it wasn't pretty. Being controlled, it's all cute in the beginning where you're like, oh, exactly. Leave and maintain your mind. It's all cute in the beginning where you're like, oh, he's taking care of all the bills. He's paying me. He's, giving me gifts and this and that. But it's until when you feel like you're a prisoner. When you feel like you're a prisoner, like I felt, guys, I'm not going to repeat the story because I've said the story multiple times, but I'm just going to touch on it like lightly. I was a prisoner in that house. I had no friends. I couldn't go out unless I was going out with his friends. I couldn't do shit. Now, yeah, you may say, oh, but the bills were paid, but it's the worst feeling in the world to be free and be in jail. It'd be different if I was in, you know what I'm saying? But to date someone and feel like you are in jail, like you can't even do nothing by yourself without them telling you, yeah, if you do this, you got to get the fuck out of my house. And knowing you can't even go nowhere. That's the worst thing. The worst fucking thing. To know that if he throws you out today, you ain't got nowhere to fucking go. So you have to abide by his rules. You have to walk on thin ice. That's the worst situation you could ever be in. And I'm telling you from experience. So when I talk to you guys about, oh, joining the wealth club or doing this, doing that, to make sure you're financially secure, I'm speaking because I was that girl who was on the other side. And I know exactly how it feels. I know how emotional draining it is. I know how much you wake up with so much anxiety when you only date for financial security. When you're dating someone who's taking care of everything and you have absolutely nothing to your name unless they give you the money. And when a man knows, and I'm telling you from experience, bestie never lie. I tell you guys my story all the time. Y'all know me. I tell y'all my story all the time. When a man knows you are not financially secure, trust and believe the games will begin. It will begin. In the beginning, it's cool. It's fun. It's, oh, he's taking care of me, mom. I'm so happy. I'm good. I'm this, I'm that. But then after a few months later, when he started looking at his account and he's realizing like this bitch is taking all my money and she's still sitting at home not doing nothing, and it don't matter if you open your legs like a banana. It don't matter if you know how to ride in 2.5 seconds. It don't matter if you know how to suck his balls to the back of your brains. It don't matter. It don't matter if you make the best meals better than his mom. Oh, I cook better than his mom. I cook better than his grand. It don't matter. Because let me tell you something. Once a man feels like you are coming in between his finances or you're sucking his finances too much, he will cut you off like a bad habit. All of a sudden, he got an attitude. He's like, babe, what's wrong? I cooked, I cleaned. So all this shit, let me tell you something. All this shit that they be talking online, bullshit. Half of these bitches be taking blows to the forehead. They won't tell you. They be like, oh, yeah, girl, just go for the money. Just go for the money. No. We are in 2025. We are in 2025. That shit was cute before. I'm not going to lie to you. I was telling you guys before, it was cute before, but a man will respect you when he knows that you're financially secure. He knows he can't throw you out because you're like, what? I can... Oh, don't tempt me with a good time. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? They'll be like, you'll be like, don't tempt me with a good, so he can't even throw you. He can't even tell you, oh yeah, get the fuck out of my house because you didn't, because he knows like once you get the fuck out, he tempts you with a good time. He knows you can get your own apartment. So it's, again, and I'm going to say this again because some of you are new on this live. Stop falling into the hands of them telling you, oh, when you make your own money, men don't like that. Male-centered women. And today we're talking about the disadvantages of being male-centered for those of you who are new. So the women that open their mouth, they're dick suckers and say, oh, men don't like when you make more than them. Men don't like women who hustle hard. Men don't like women who have their own money. Male-centered women. You don't want to listen to them. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They don't know what the F they're talking about. They don't have experience. Bestie has experience. And I think, sometimes I ask God, I said, God, why are you making all these things happen? But I thank God because I'm able to share with you guys. I'm able to help you guys avoid certain mistakes. And I don't tell you guys no lie. I'm telling you guys straight truth. Because I could sit here and be like, you know what, guys, go get the Sugar Daddy playbook. So nobody got time to be sucking no old ass man balls. It's 2025. Yeah, no. I don't know about you, but I don't care how much money he got. He could have all the money in the world. He can be a billionaire. If his net worth is billions, that doesn't mean because you're dating him, your net worth is going to be billions. Bitch, it's not COVID. If he cough on you, you're not going to be a billionaire. The only way you'll become a billionaire is if you're smart. So you entering your wealthy girl ever and having sense, then you'll know how to flip the money that he gives you. A lot of you are so focused on the bags and the shoes. That's the stupid part. That's what blows my fucking head. A lot of women, they want rich men because of, oh, I want the Hermes bag. I want him to buy me this. I want him to buy me that. They're not thinking about the longevity of, oh shit, I bet he gave me 10 bands. How am I gonna flip this? Because you got to remember, you could date a billionaire now and it's all cool. He's spoiling you. But the moment he walks out the door, that lifestyle goes as well. So it's only left to you. You got to be smart to make something out of it. That's why it's important for you to be in a wealthy girl era, because when you're in a wealthy girl era, information is currency. The more you know, the more opportunities you have at flipping the money a man gives you. I'm going to say that again. Information is currency. So the more information you have, the smarter you're going to be at flipping the money a man gives you. Because the Chanel, the Hermes, this has been around before we were alive. My mom was wearing Ferragamo. I'm thinking it's something new. I'm like, oh, mom, what you know about? What you know about? This shit ain't going nowhere. It ain't going nowhere. But being financially secure as a woman, girl, let me tell you something. The best thing ever. So let's move on. You guys know I always like to pivot. I always have my little side banter, my side talk. Now, the third thing is, we did the first one, we did the second one. The third thing is you tolerate mistreatment because you fear being alone. Drop mic. Thanks, my love. Thank you, Ari, for saying you love the skin. Thank you. The third thing, and I'm going to repeat it again because some of you may not have heard me, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you are like this. You tolerate mistreatment because you fear being alone. I have to be quiet for that. I have to be quiet for that. Because that is the story of 99.9% of women. And it's sad. I love being alone. And you be like, oh, but you're married. One thing my husband will tell you is my wife likes to be alone. I tell him, I want to be alone, please. Like, I enjoy being with myself and my thoughts. I enjoy it. You have to enjoy being with yourself. You have to enjoy your thoughts. A lot of you don't like to be alone because you're scared of your own thoughts. You're scared of the trauma. You're scared of the things you have to fight. You're scared of the things you need to overcome. Silence. I can sit in silence for an hour and not be like, oh my God, who's texting me? Oh my God, I gotta call my friend Sabrina. Oh my God, I can sit for an hour in silence because you know why? The world is gonna move when I say to move. I don't gotta rush anywhere. No, I don't rush a fuckwhere. You gotta stop being scared to be alone. That's the reason why you tolerate bullshit. And these men know you're scared to be alone. That's the reason why they give you bullshit. But when they know you don't give a fuck, you're like, you don't feel ashamed to be single. You don't feel ashamed to be alone. You have more power because now you're able to really see. That's why, listen, I'm going to keep telling you guys and I'm going to keep saying it again. Become financially secure. A lot of you problem is that you're broke. That's the problem. I swear to God. If a lot of you were already millionaires or you making six figures, you'll be like, what? No problem. I'm about to go. Yeah, girl, I'm about to go shopping. You won't have this, oh, I feel lonely. You won't feel so lonely. You won't, when you have a business that's generating you so much money, you don't have time to think about being alone. A lot of you you're not thinking. A lot of you are just so, I don't know how to explain it. You know what I'm saying. You know exactly what I'm saying. But let's continue. The third one that I mentioned was you tolerate mistreatment because you fear being alone. So the first one is accepting bare minimum treatment just to keep a man around. Some of you will date Casper. He comes and he goes. He comes and he goes. Some of you will accept being a side chick to a married man. He comes and he goes. You can't call him at night when you need him because he's with his wife. All because you don't want to be alone. Marsha, I'm gonna say it again. All because you don't want to be alone. That's the problem. And that's why I keep telling you, ladies, join the Wealth Club. I keep telling you, I listen, I will keep saying this over and over and over and over and over again because it's the truth. When you have a business, when you know your passion, when you know your purpose and you're running a business that's generating you money or you're in the process of your self-discovery, you won't feel lonely. You won't feel alone. You're not going to accept being a side chick to a married man. Cough, cough, some of you. Some of you. You're not going to accept being a side chick. Cough, cough, some of you. You're not going to accept the guy being Casper, reappearing and disappearing and giving him excuses like, oh, yeah, he was busy with work. Some of you. Cough, cough. Am I saying something? Okay. So let me go back to number one. So let's go back in order because some of you are just coming in, okay? So the first one is your self-worth is based on male attention. The second one is you make life decisions based on men. That's the second one. The first, your self-worth is based on male attention. Like, for example, your looks, social media, behavior. You prioritize being chosen over choosing what's best for you. The second one is you make life decisions based on men. Like some of you may say, oh, I'm moving to Texas because of this guy. I'm moving when in all reality, it doesn't benefit you. That's the second one. Now, the third one, we're on the third one right now. You tolerate mistreatment because you fear being alone. Like I mentioned, some of you deal with married men because you don't want to be alone. You're like, fuck it, that's my faith. No, bitch, that's not your faith. You just don't want to be alone. You need to be okay with being alone with your thoughts. Stop running away from what you need to heal. Stop running away from your inner voice. A lot of you are just running from your inner voice, running. Like, oh, I got to call my friend Sabrina. Some of you will just be on the phone with your friend, not saying a goddamn thing, wasting your motherfucking time, talking about nothing, when you could be using that time to figure out ways to make you some money. But some of you rather be on the phone with your friend, hold the phone, like, yeah, girl, just stay on the phone with me. Stay on the phone with me. I'm about to go take a shit. I'm about to shower. Bitch, get off the phone and secure your fucking bag. Get off the phone. Deal with the skeletons that's in your closet. Get off the phone and be okay with being alone with your thoughts. Get off the phone and be okay with being alone. Hello. Am I saying a word? Can I get an amen? Am I saying a word? A lot of you could have been millionaires years ago. A lot of you could have been millionaires years ago. But you wasted so much time on men that don't serve you and friends. Oh, yeah, girl. What's the tea? That tea is not paying your bills. That tea is not paying your bills. I want you guys to do me a favor. And I'm gonna give you guys this assignment for free. All of you. Even if you're here with me live on TikTok or you're rewatching this episode, I want you guys to do me a favor. All the friends that's in your life, and this is how you know who's the good friend and the friend that's going to get you to the next level and the friend that's maybe keeping you at the same level. So I wouldn't say you cut that friend off completely, but you kind of know where to place your friend. And I'm pretty sure some of you should already know how to group your friend, but I want you guys to do me this favor. All of your friends, call them on the phone randomly, like, yeah, girl, what's up? You be like, yeah, girl, I need some money. What do you think we should do to get some money? If the first thing that comes out her mouth is, we should be strippers, or we need to find a rich man, you already know. You already know that she's here. You already know her thinking is not where you need to be. Am I saying something? Are you guys listening? I want you guys to do that assignment for me, okay? Just do that assignment. Once you get this live, call your friend randomly. It don't have to be today. It could be tomorrow, anytime during the week. Just call your friend and be like, yeah, girl, we need to make more money. I want to be a millionaire. I want to get a bag. I want to get a Birkin. Say that. I want to get a Chanel bag. I want to get a Birkin. If the first thing that comes out her mouth, we got to find a rich man. We got to go where the rich man at. Or we got to be strippers. Or we got to sell pussy. Then you know. That friend, you got to give it this. You got to yeah, it's time to elevate. That's when you need to have that self-reflection with yourself and say, you know what? It's about time that I start elevating my circle. Because clearly your circle is not allowing you to get to the next level. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen? Or am I saying something or am I saying something? Are you guys picking up what I'm putting down? Are you guys picking up what I'm putting down? All right. Now, okay. So you justify, now the next bullet point under you tolerate mistreatment because you fear being alone is you justify cheating, disrespect, and poor treatment just to keep him. If a guy is mistreating you and you justify the behavior like, well, he has a hard day at work, so that's the reason why he slaps me. Oh, he's not making enough money. That's the reason why he talks to me crazy. Just to keep him, male-centered. Because let me tell you something. One thing I don't tolerate, my man knows. Like, anytime he starts talking to me crazy, hold on. Pump the brakes. We're not going to talk like that. And you got to it's not about being masculine. It's not about being masculine. And I want you guys to understand something about being a feminine woman. Being a feminine woman doesn't mean you're a pushover. Because some of you think, because I'm a feminine, I'm being feminine. So when he talks to me crazy, I just got to act feminine. No. Being feminine does not equal you being a pushover. Being feminine means you stand your ground. So when someone talks to you crazy or they disrespect, like, bitch, this, you look at him, you be like, hold on. I know you don't kiss your mother with those lips. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta check, sometimes you gotta check these men when they talk to you crazy. Do not tolerate disrespect and poor treatment just because you want to keep him. And the reason why a lot of you end up staying with your cheating boyfriend or husband, although you don't want to, because you don't have money. Every woman is different. Cheating may not be a deal breaker for you, right? Because not every woman takes like a one-night stand or a man cheating as a deal breaker. That's up to you. Again, this is all about you. I can't tell you what's for you, what you should and should not want. But if you know cheating is a deal breaker for you, a man disrespecting you is a deal breaker for you, and you're still keeping him and you're still staying with him, the only reason why I could possibly fathom that you're staying with him is because you don't have money. That's the only reason. So why not fix that situation? Because to be honest with you, when you become financially secure as a woman, you start looking at a guy and assessing if you really like him. A lot of you don't really like the person you're dating. You just like them because of the financial security they provide. Let's clock it. You don't really, some of you really, if it was like, let's say you used to eliminate the money, you'd be like, I don't think I like him that much. You were like, I don't think I like him that much. I think he's a shitty person. Yeah. I think he's a shitty person. That's the reason why Bestienextdoor has been talking to you guys 2025 about financial security. Because when you become financially secured as a woman, you get to really see the character of a guy. And some of these guys, some of these guys, not all of them, some of them that have money, they're shitty people. Like, they are shitty guys. And you'll be able to see, like, no, you're actually shitty. I don't see me having a family with you. I don't care how financially secure you are, because I'm secured myself. right? I'm always going to clock the T, right? This is why, you see, I Bestie tell you the truth, Bestie don't tell you no lies. This is why majority of you should be investing in joining the Wealth Club, because when you join the Wealth Club now, by summertime, I don't want to talk too much. Next one, the fourth one is you neglect your growth. You neglect your growth. So let me just take it from the top, just in case some of you may have missed it. And I see someone said they're taking notes. So the first one is your self-worth is based on male attention. The second one is you make life decisions based on men. The third one is you tolerate mistreatment because you fear being alone. Now, the fourth one is you neglect your own growth. And that's a lot of you. A lot of you. I think that's 100%. You know what? I'm not going to say 100% because I'm not in that 100% because I don't neglect my own growth. Clock it. But I'm going to say 89% because there's 2%. 2%. 89%. That's too much. 98%. 98% of women neglect their own growth just to make a man happy. And I want you guys to think about it like this. A man will never neglect his own growth to make you happy. If you don't fit in the equation of his growth, he's going to kick you to the curb. And he's going to go to the girl that fits where he's going. We know this. We know this. Some of you like to blame men for your misfortune when it's really your fault. It's actually your fault. Yeah. Bestie will tell you the truth. Bestie will tell you the truth. Bestie will never tell you a lie. I would never tell you a lie. You neglect your self-growth. Instead of you going to the gym, you're not going to the gym. You're like, oh, no, I don't want to go to the gym. I want to stay 5 minutes with babe. I want to cuddle with him. Mind you, you've neglected your body goals. Now, when it's time for him to get ready to go to work, what is he doing? He's getting up and going to work. He's not sitting there saying, oh, no, let me just miss work because I want to hug my babe. Oh, no, let me not hang out with my friends because I want to hug my babe. No, he's getting up and going to handle his business when his time comes. If, let's say, the time you need to get up is not the time he needs to get up, he's going to pretend like, oh, I spent time with you. But men are so smart because they already know that when it's time for them to get up, it's time for them to get up. But if you decide to neglect your own growth, that's on you. That's not on him. You can't blame him for that because it's your choice. You made the choice. You made the choice. I want you guys to think. No financial independence because you expect the man to provide. Clock it. Didn't Bestie say this earlier? 98% of the women is this, right? I'll repeat it again. The fourth one, let's repeat it again. The fourth one is you neglect your own growth. So no financial independence because you expect a man to provide. Oh, see? I got to pin that. A lot of you are running away from your financial responsibilities or because you're like, oh, he's supposed to provide. He's supposed to provide. That's 98%, 98 of you, 98 of you like, oh, yeah, well, he's supposed to provide, so I don't have to have money. Oh, you know the famous excuse a lot of women say, oh, a man don't care if you have your own money. The women that shout that are broke. The women that shout that are broke. Because that's the excuse to not want to grow. That's the excuse. Oh, yeah. Well, I was told men don't care about how much money you make. I met the richest man when I was the brokest. And when you really get around wealth and when you really get around men that have money, they actually care about you having something going on. Yeah. I've said this on my previous episode, and some of you are new here, and I will say it again. I was fortunate enough to be around people who money doesn't finish. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like money that doesn't finish. Like money is not a problem. And every time I'm around certain scenes, I'm always analyzing the room because it gives me the confidence to say what I'm saying to you guys. It gives me the reassurance that I'm leading you guys in the right direction. All the girls they had around them and the girls that were in the room had some type of bread. They had some money. They weren't like, oh, well, they told me online that you never tell a man what you do for a living because he's going to. When I hear a girl say that already lets me know her social class. You can always tell a woman's social class based on what she says. Oh, men don't care about how much money you make. Oh, I met the richest man when I was the brokest. Oh, you're never supposed to tell a man what you do for a living. Tell him you work in the library. When you get to a certain class of guys that I'm talking about that really have money, they're not asking you what you do because they want money from you. But sometimes you knowing them can bring you to the next level. Why? Because, like, for example, let's say you're into interior designing. And you're like, yeah, I'm an interior designer. I have my own company. And he's like, oh, that's nice. My friend, he has a restaurant. He's been looking for someone to do this exact thing that you do. Boom. Now you just landed $1 million contract. All because why? You stood your ground and said, yeah, this is what I do for a living. You had something going on. Exactly. The guys that have money, they really want to talk to women that have something going on. They don't want to be around an airhead. They don't want to be around a woman that can't talk about shit, that don't know shit. You got to have something that you bring to the table. And it's not about finances. It's just more about conversation. Those type of guys like to be mentally stimulated. Like, oh, you do X and Y and Z. Oh, tell me about that. Oh, that's interesting. And then now, because he's so well connected, he can connect you to opportunities. And I also want to clock this for you guys. Not every man you meet needs to be, oh, he spends money on you. It doesn't need to be that every time. You don't need to burn your contacts. Stop burning contacts by, oh, I need to know if he's a provider by the first date. Let me start asking him, what do you think about traditional roles? Don't be asking those stupid ass questions. Them shits is outdated. Let me tell you something. Bestienextdoor, I'm in the field. I'm in the field. This is my work. This is what I do. So I do this market research to know what's going on. And I'm telling you now, the guys that are of class, you asking them, oh, what do you think about traditional roles? What do you think? Dumb questions. It makes you sound low class. It makes you sound low. Because if you are financially secure and you're on a high social class, obviously, ding dong, is the lights on at home? Is the lights on at home? Obviously, all the guys you date are going to be providers. So you're not going to ask a guy if he's a provider or not, because you should already be dating provider guys anyway, because you're dating on your social class. Sorry, somebody said, Ro Wilson, thinking about getting into digital marketing, but need a mentor that's a good fit. Join the Wealth Club. It has more than digital marketing. You can buy a digital marketing course, but only learning digital marketing is going to limit you, because you need to learn about sales. You need to know how to actually market. Sales goes hand in hand with marketing, right? Marketing and sales, hand in hand, right? So, as I was saying, let's move on. So, you feel lost or empty when you're single because you don't know who you are without a man. That's the fourth one. You feel lost and empty when you're single because you don't know who you are without a man. Click the first link in my bio. Ashley, you're in the Wealth Club. Well, tell me your experience. Tell me your experience, my love. Okay, so let me run through the top to the fourth one, just in case you guys may have, missed it. The first one is, for those of you who may be newcoming, right? The first one is your self-worth is based on male attention. The second one is your life decisions. You make life decisions based on men. The third one is you tolerate mistreatment because you fear being alone. The fourth one is what we just went over. You neglect your own growth. That's the fourth one we just went over. Okay? So, sorry, I don't mean to shout in the microphone. So, part 2, the disadvantages of being male-centered. Guys, I only have 15 minutes, literally only 15 minutes. I'm trying to haul ass. 15 minutes left. The disadvantages of being male-centered, number 1, you lose control over your life. And that happened to me. When I was engaged, I lost control over my life. And on my birthday, I had to look myself in the mirror and say, bitch, is this what you want? A man that's just going to decide when you get pregnant? A man that's going to decide when you do this, when you do that? Because that's what happens to a lot of women that are male-centered. They allow men to decide when they become mothers. Because they're like, you know what, I just want to keep him. I want to make him happy. But that may not be your goal right now. If it's your goal, no problem. I'm not coming at you if it's your goal. But if it's not your goal and you allowing that man to sleep with you unprotected and he coming you, like, girl, even if, okay, let's be honest. Let's have girl talk, right? Even though you enjoy raw sex, right? You have a period calendar. You know when you're fertile. Don't be dumb. Some of you be like, oh, I didn't know I was going to get pregnant. But you knew you was going to get pregnant. Yeah. Yeah. You knew you was gonna get pregnant. You knew when you were fertile. All of us know we're fertile 5 to 7 days after our period. You knew when you was fertile. If he's shooting the club up when you're not fertile, you know you're not getting pregnant. You know. We know this. We know the science. So bitches be acting like, oh, I didn't know I was gonna get pregnant. Bitch, you knew you was gonna get pregnant. You knew you was fertile. Why was you fucking when you was fertile? Why are you fucking when you're fertile? The best protection is making sure you only spread your legs if you like raw dogging, because Bestie don't judge. I don't judge nobody. Bestienextdoor, I don't judge nobody. If you like raw dogging, I don't judge. But the best protection is knowing when your period starts and begin, and knowing when you ovulate and when you're fertile. Those are the days. I don't care. You're like, oh, I got baby fever. Bitch, you better slap yourself. You better pour cold water on yourself. When you are fertile, you're like, oh, I'm feeling very horny. Oh, I have baby fever. Oh my God, I just saw this. No. If that's not your goal. Don't be having sex when you're fertile. You won't get pregnant. Simple equation. Wait till when you see everybody should have a period tracker on their phone. Have a period tracker on your phone. I know it's hard to, a lot of guys don't like wearing rubber, and you may have a boyfriend and you guys like to have sex raw. That's fine. But just make sure you have sex 7 days after the period. So when the fertile window comes, you're like, all right, you gotta start having that exactly. I have the Flow app. You gotta start having that, like, oh no, bitch, my goal is not to get pregnant. I gotta make $1 million first. You gotta start understanding these kids are expensive. They're fucking expensive. Having a kid it's cute in the beginning, like, oh, I'm pregnant, but it's not cute when you can't afford it. It's not cute when you don't have enough money. It's not cute when you have to budget because you're having a kid. Someone said, but also remember, it stays alive for a certain period. No, I know she did not say that. She said, somebody in the chat said, but also remember, it stays alive for a certain period. So do with that information as you want. Do with that information as you please. Yeah, do with the information as you please. I'm not saying, I didn't say it. Do with that information as you please. You got 24 hours. CVS, Walgreens, Walmart, I'm just, if you don't spread your legs when you're fertile. Simple. And if you do, you got 24 hours, haul ass. Bitch, you better get up first thing in the morning. No coffee, no brushing your teeth. Pharmacy, immediately. Especially if that man's not your husband. Especially if that 24 hours, how to do it naturally. The only way to do it naturally is to haul ass to a pharmacy, GYN. That's all I can tell you. Now, you should know the rest. And some of you, I don't want to get into sex talk because it's not about sex talk. Some of you are not even peeing after you do, which is disgusting. Like some of you be like, oh my God, it felt so good. I'm going to just lay here for 10 minutes first. And then you be like, I'm going to put my panties on and I'm going to just go home. Bitch, what? You leaving his residue inside of you? Like now, the whole day, you sitting there smelling like him. Now the shit leaking all over the place, leaking on your panties, I don't know. Some of you may not wear drawers. So the shit is seeming through your leggings. Now you smell like semen. Some of you are disgusting to the point where you will just finish doing the do and go to the wax lady. That's disgusting. We have to have these uncomfortable conversations. Because I feel like we shy away from this. Anytime, listen, these are the 3 tips this is outside from today's topic. I'm just going to give you guys a tip on how I don't do birth control. What I do is I make sure I don't have sex when I'm fertile. Number 1. Number 2, immediately after doing the do, I get up, go to the bathroom, pee, and wash up. Don't be like, oh, it felt so good. Oh my God, I can't move. Bitch, you could move. Some of you be faking so much. Some of you be wanting to act like you a porn star. Oh, I can't move, babe. You did it so good. It wasn't that good. Bitch, get up and go pee and wash off. Don't let that shit dry in you. Because if it dry in you, then it's going to come out later. You're going to be smelling like, you're going to be like, what the fuck? Then you're going to be sitting there with your legs closed tight. Like, I hope nobody could smell this semen. I hope nobody could smell this. Because if you could smell yourself, other people can smell you. If you can smell yourself, other people can smell you. Because it's the same, distance. It's the same. Some of you be like, oh, I can smell myself, but I don't think they can smell you too, bitch. It's the same distance. You're down here, your nose is up here. Half of their nose is up here too. So they can smell that shit. Fish market. It's disgusting. Take care of yourself. Don't be a little girl. I don't care if you're 21, 22, 23. Don't be a little girl. You laying in the bed an extra 10 minutes is not going to give you a trophy. He's not going to say, oh my God, yeah, I did. Why are y'all so keen on boosting a man's ego? Bitch, get up. All right, let's proceed because we're short on time today. We're short on time. So let me run through the top because I know you guys would have forgot. Thank you. His ego is not going to pay the bills. A lot of you be like, oh my God, I don't want to do this. I don't want to get into this. I don't want him to feel something. His ego does not pay the bills, babes. It don't pay the bills. Stop caring about his ego. Fuck all of that. All right, let's run through the top. So the disadvantages of being male-centered. Number 1, you lose control over your life. Number 2, you become replaceable. You become replaceable. Women who exist only to serve men's needs often get discarded when they are no longer useful. Am I saying something? Let me say that again. When you are a male-centered woman, you become easily replaceable because you're only existing to serve a man's needs. And when you're only serving a man's need, when you're no longer useful, he's going to cut you off. I want you guys to think about this as I'm saying this. And I'm saying this from a place of love. I'm saying this because I'm Bestie Next Door. And Bestie Next Door would say anything but a lie. The reason why some of these guys will stay with you is because they have not found better. The reason why men leave so easily is because they found better. Are you guys picking up what I'm putting down? Are you guys picking up what I'm putting down? That's the reason why in 2025 and moving forward, you should never, ever date for potential. You should never, ever date for potential. I don't give a fuck if they call you a gold digger because most of the men that are saying you're a gold digger are broke. They are low-class men because any man of status, any financially secured man will never feel away because you as a woman who is financially secure want a man who's financially secure. Only broke men look at you wanting financial security, a man to be secured as well as you are, as gold digging. So those are low-class men. You don't even want those type of guys anyway. Stop thinking that there's a small group of men that spend money or have money. There's a lot of them. Let me tell you something. When I was in the room, I was so surprised. It opened my eyes so big that I immediately ran to my podcast. I said, I have to make because I was at a place where I was lacking motivation. I didn't know what to talk about anymore. When I took that break for 2-3 months off of my YouTube channel, from posting podcast episodes, bitch, when I was around these type of people, I was like, yo, these niggas got money to spend for real? Bitch, I ran. I haul-assed to the podcast episode to come on live, to do these episodes so I can tell you what's happening. Stop limiting yourself to these low-class men. A lot of you be like, oh, all these men suck. No. It's your social class. Because have you ever been around people who money does not finish? Like, are we not understanding what I'm saying? Have you ever been around someone whose money does not finish, bitch? When you be around these type of people and you hear, oh yeah, we're going to take a PJ to go to X, Y, and Z tomorrow. Bitch, you start thinking different. You start understanding that, there's real money in the world. You're just not in the right circle. Hello. That's why I keep telling you, ladies, join the Wealth Club. The Wealth Club will really change. Like, you'll be on a different frequency. And then you will start your business. You'll be like, because you're on that frequency, now you're having business ideas, and now you're motivated to start that business. But the reason why you're not starting the business you're supposed to start is because you're on the frequency of procrastination. You're on the frequency of procrastination. So you keep procrastinating. You're like, oh, I don't know if I want to do it yet. I'm not sure. I don't think it's going to make money. I don't know where to start. Oh, I got to do my LLC first. I got a whole bunch of shit that don't matter. It don't fucking matter. Just start. Because you learn as you go. You get better over time. A lot of you want to be content creators. You're like, oh, I need a camera. Bitch, you don't need a camera. You got an iPhone. Just start. But the problem is that a lot of you are on the frequency of procrastination. So because you're on the frequency of procrastination, that's the reason why you're not able to see the opportunities that the universe is placing in front of you, because you lack self-awareness. These are important things to understand. Self-awareness and procrastination. That's what's killing most of you. But when he tell you come over, all of a sudden you got energy. You like, oh, I'm not gonna procrastinate. I'm gonna get some dick. Let me wrap my hair up. Let me spray my ankles with perfume. Male-centered. A lot of you are male-centered. Okay. Now, we're still on number 2. No, it's true. You guys, y'all laughing, but it's true. Because when it's time to get some dick, a lot of you don't procrastinate. But all of a sudden, when it's time to flip your money, you're like, oh, damn, I don't know. Like, I got to think about it. Let me wait till Friday. But when it's time to get some dick, bitch, you be out the door. Bitch, you be out the door in 5 seconds. In the Uber. Spraying perfume on the ankles, on the arm. You're like, oh, I got to make sure. Let me make sure I'm doing a smell check. Like, let me make sure I smell good just in case he eat it up. I want to make sure I'm smelling good. Some of you be putting some type of sweet stuff. So, y'all so dedicated when it's time for a dick appointment. When it's time for a dick appointment, y'all bitches be so dedicated. Y'all be out the... But when it's time for you to be like, all right, let me start a business. Oh, let me invest. All of a sudden, you're like, girl, I don't know. Girl, I don't know about that. That shit is a scam. Like, anybody else join that? Anybody else is in the wealth club? Let me know first. But when it's time to hop on his dick, and you don't even know him like that, you don't know if his dick is big or not. You don't know if he's going to fuck you good. You don't know if he's going to hit the G-spot, but you be out the door. Y'all love going through the door of unknown when it comes to men. But when it's time to go through the door of unknown when it comes to money, all of a sudden you're questioning. You're like, I don't know. But when it's time to go through the door of men, unknown, you go. You go full head charge, no helmet, no guard. Then you're like, bestie, he ghosted me. Bestie, he not texting me. Bestie, bestie, I don't know what to do. But bestie, how do I get him to spend money on me? But when it's time to go through the door of unknown money, you don't know. You scared. But if I tell you, go buy $400 wig, it's gonna attract the rich men. You all of a sudden you got that money to spend. Anyways, so let's go through the top just in case, because we got sidetracked. Sorry, guys. You guys know I like to have a little side talk. So right now we're on part 2. We're talking about the disadvantages of being male-centered. So the first one is you lose control over your life. The second one, which we're on now, is you become replaceable because you only serve men's needs, and when you are no longer useful, they disregard. High-value men respect women with their own power, not women who's willing to cling to theirs. Can I say that again? High-value men respect women with their own power, not women who clings to theirs. A lot of you just want to cling on to a rich man power. That's the problem. You're like, he's rich, so I'm rich too. No. High-value men respect women with their own power, not women who cling to theirs. Have your own life. Are we saying something? The third one is, I want to make sure I get through this quickly. We're almost done. The third one is you delay or destroy your own goals. I'm going to say that again because this episode, you guys should be sharing this to all your friends because this is 90% of women. You delay and destroy your own goals. Some of you would delay your own body goals all because you're cooking. You're like, I'm cooking for my man. He said we should eat together. We're going to eat after 12. We're going to eat pizza. We're going to eat. Now your back is bigger than ever when it's summertime. All because you was eating. So you delayed your body goals because you're like, it's in winter. We're eating burritos together. We're watching Netflix. We're having a good time. Now, bitch, summertime is out. The bad bitches is out. We outside with the stomach flat, waist in, and your stomach is hanging more than your ass. And then you're mad. You're like, oh my God. And now you know what's going to happen? Because wintertime is when the men be acting good. Because it's like nobody's outside. It's the cuddle season. But when the summertime come out and the bitches is bad, they looking good with their ass, the stomach flat, the fat ass, he going to look at you and say, damn, like what you was like, damn. All of a sudden, now he got an attitude. All of a sudden, he don't want you around no more. All of a sudden, he don't got time for you. Stop delaying your goals and destroying them for men. I just got flagged. Stop destroying your goals for men. How many dreams have you put on hold for a relationship? Some of you wanted to move to London. Some of you probably wanted to move to another country or another state, but you didn't move to that country or state because of a man. And let me ask you a question. If it was the man, he wouldn't do it. He would move. He would move. He would not wait. He would not waste a single second in that state or country because of you. He'll be like, oh, babe, can we do long distance relationship? But you're sitting there delaying and destroying your own goals all because of a relationship. You put your stuff on hold. You put your dreams on hold. Like, oh, he said he want to have a kid now. So, I'm going to put my career on hold. And then, what happens later on? You resent the man. You resent him because you're like, oh my God, if I didn't have this kid when you told me to have this kid, I would have been a 6-figure earner or I would have been a successful business owner. Why are you holding your dreams back for a man? Because he will not do the same for you. I'm telling you guys the truth. We all know this. They will not do it. They will not. And I'm not saying we should be like men, but they are the perfect examples of knowing their value and standing their ground. Many male-centered women wake up at 40 realizing they have nothing for themselves. A lot of women goal is just to be a wife. And nothing scares me more than being a wife with nothing to my name but his last name. I don't know how some women do it. I don't want that to be you. I don't want that to be you. You should not only want, oh yeah, but I'm a wife. Some women, I'm a wife. Even as I talk to you guys, some of you guys don't even know I'm married because I don't my husband you guys to death because I don't want you. My relationship status has nothing to do with who I am. I keep my identity. That's just besides the way. Like, oh yeah, I have a man. That's besides the way. Besides the way. Not important. Irrelevant conversation. Irrelevant. Even as you're married, you still have to decenter man. I'm telling you because I am. You still have to, because if not, you will run yourself mad chasing behind your husband. You will run yourself mad. And then it gets to a point where your husband starts to, like, it gets to a point where he starts looking at you funny. The respect is like, you don't got shit going on anyway. All you have is my last name. That's all you have. You don't want to be that woman. You don't want to be the woman that all you have is either his baby and the last name. No. Absolutely not. You can have the baby and have money. You can have the last name. You don't want to be the woman, I'll repeat that again, to only have the baby or just the last name or the baby and the last name. That's all you have. You don't got shit to yourself. You don't got no business. You don't got no motion. You don't got no money. You don't got nothing. Because you may feel like you sacrificed your body to bring his child to earth. He should respect you more. But you feel like, but I sacrificed my body. I sacrificed my health to bring your child to the earth. You're supposed to have He doesn't give a fuck. Sorry, it's so painful to say, but it's true. I don't lie. Bestie say anything but lies. He don't give a fuck. Like, oh yeah, okay, that's cool. He's gonna say that, but that's our baby. We did it together. It takes two. So be the woman that you can have both. Don't make anyone on this planet or on this earth ever tell you cannot have both. Stop making them allow you to limit your mindset or limit what you can have. Stop limiting yourself to what you can have and what you can't have. You can have both. You can be a wife and have a business. You can be have a baby and still have a business. You could be you could be rich and still be a wife. You don't have to center yourself because your husband is rich. Now you got to use his shadow to get ahead. No. Let's run through that again just in case, because you guys know I've been side talking and I'm really short on time. I'm supposed to be quick. So the disadvantage of being male-centered. Number 1, you lose control of your life. Number 2, you become replaceable. Number 3, you delay or destroy your own goals. Number 4, you attract the wrong type of men. Men who seek out male-centered women often want control, not partnership. Thank you for the gift, babe. Men who seek out male-centered women often want control, not partnership. We know that. We already know that. He just wants to control. We know that. The next one, they see you as easy to manipulate, not as a woman they truly value. So because you are a male-centered woman, you're going to attract men who want to control you and who want to manipulate you because they don't see you as valuable. Because they're like, since you're always trying to impress me, you only care about impressing me, they're always going to do things and say things to you that works in their favor. Are you guys picking up what I'm putting down? Are you guys picking up what I'm putting down? We're getting to the fifth one. Can I get some yes? Are you guys picking up what I'm putting down? Got it. So, someone said, please repeat them. After I do the fifth one, I will repeat them. All right. So, the fifth one is you end up emotionally, financially vulnerable. What happens if a man leaves? If you've built nothing for yourself, you have nothing to fall back on. Remember what I said previously about having nothing to your name besides the baby and a last name. God forbid. God forbid. God forbid. Because if he leaves, you got nothing to fall back on. You got to start from square one. And I don't wish starting from square one on my worst enemy. I do not wish dating a man, either you got married or you just had a kid for him and you have to start from square one. I do not wish that on my worst enemy. Do you know how much time it takes to rebuild again and the energy and the momentum that you have to rebuild again? And some women, it takes them years to even have the momentum to get back to themselves. I do not wish that on my worst enemy. Okay? So we're going to go through the fives again because some of you may have missed it. It's really emotionally exhausting. We're going to go through the five again. So the disadvantages of being male-centered. Number 1, you lose control over your life. Number 2, you become replaceable. Number 3, you delay or destroy your own goals. Number 4, you attract the wrong type of men. Number 5, you end up emotionally and financially vulnerable. Now, in this segment, we have about 10 minutes remaining. Or 15 minutes remaining. I can't even say how long we have remaining because sometimes, but I'm just going to put my timer on again because I actually want to, but I feel like all the information that I said in this hour is really, is going to be really useful. So now we're going to talk about this part 3. We're talking about how to shift from male-centered to self-centered. That's what we're talking about. So, number 1, start building financial security. That's the first step into shifting from being male-centered to self-centered. Hey, Courtney J, this live is going to be posted on Friday. So it's going to be Friday's episode. Okay? Friday's episode. Financial independence equals power. Power equals the ability to date on your terms. Because when you're financially secure as a woman, like I mentioned in the beginning of this episode, you're able to date who you want. You're able to walk away from whatever doesn't serve you because you are not dating for financial security. The Wealth Club is a tool that teaches you how to make your own money. So for those of you who are interested in building your own financial independence and you don't have to go to work to make money. I want you guys to understand that. I think that's the connotation that people have that, in order for you to make money as a woman, you need to look for another job. You don't have to. We have the internet. And if you're not making money on the internet or digitally, you're sleeping. You're literally sleeping on yourself. DM me, babes. Love Haitian. DM me, babes. Okay, this is why I keep telling all of you guys, I swear to God, if all of you guys join the Wealth Club, I swear the way you guys will think and operate will be completely different. The second one is reconnect with your own identity. What do you want to do outside of men? What excites you? A lot of you don't even know what you want to do outside of a man. And remember what I said earlier. A lot of you would say, oh, I want to get rich. The first thing is I need a rich man. So ask yourself, you got to reconnect with your own identity. What do you want outside of a man? What do you want? What excites you? What makes you happy? Is it doing hair? Is it lashes? Is it talking? Is it acting? Is it modeling? Tina G775 asks, what course has wealth and self-love? The Wealth Club. The Wealth Club. It literally has all of that. There's a lady in there that teaches you how to be more confident. There's another man in there that teaches you how to public speak. You find your purpose. There's a course in there about finding your purpose. It's one London guy that talks about finding your purpose. So not only that, the one highlight of the Wealth Club is most of the members that's inside the Wealth Club, You can chat with them. So it's also a good networking opportunity as well. And the best thing about the Wealth Club is you can resell it for 100% profit. So as it has helped you, you can help somebody else. Industry professionals. So it's not me. I'm not the one in there talking in the courses. It's not me. It's industry professionals that teach you these things. Okay? So now, just to recap again, because we got sidetracked, how to shift from male-centered to self-centered. The first one is you start building financial security. The second one is you reconnect with your identity. Start pursuing your goals that has nothing to do with relationships. So in order for you to reconnect with your identity, you got to start pursuing goals that has nothing to do with men. Like it can be weight goals. It can be skin goals. Start pursuing your goals. Now, the third one is shift from validation to seeking self-approval. Stop seeking male validation. Start looking more so about your own approval. That's the third one. Stop dressing, acting, and thinking in ways just to appeal men. I'll say that again. Stop thinking, acting, dressing in ways just to appeal men. Build confidence in yourself outside of external attention. Okay, that's the third one. The fourth one is choose relationships from a place of power, not desperation. I'll say that again because this is, again, 98% of women. Choose relationships from a place of power, not desperation. When you don't need a man, you choose a better man. I'm going to say that quote again. When you don't need a man, you choose a better man. A woman with options isn't afraid to walk away. A woman with options isn't afraid to walk away. But when you date from desperation, you're scared to walk away because you don't know the next guy that's coming. But when you have options, you're not scared to walk away because you're like, you know what, this doesn't serve me. And this is not about, just to say this is not about bouncing from men to men. It's not about, oh, you got to bounce from man to man. But sometimes you have to know your worth. You have to know what works for you and what does not work for you. And when you choose relationships from a place of power and not desperation, you walk away easier. You don't stay longer than you're supposed to. Now, the last final takeaway before we get out of here, when you stop centering men, you start centering you. And when you center you, the right men will naturally come into your life without you ever having to beg, chase, or settle. Thank you, my love. Let me say that again, just in case for those who didn't hear me. I'll say it again. I'll say it slower because I know I speak fast. When you stop centering men, you start centering you. And when you center you, the right man will naturally come into your life without you ever having to beg, chase, or settle. So when you center yourself, you get the best because you know yourself. So because you're operating at your highest frequency, it's only right that the universe is going to give you exactly what you are because the universe mirrors what you are. A lot of you that are in these situationships and shitty relationships and you're like, oh, he's this, he's that. It's a reflection of you. A reflection of a piece of you or a piece of trauma that you have not healed. Some of you be like, he's so toxic. You're toxic. Because if you weren't a toxic woman, then why would you even stay with a toxic guy? Why would you stay with a guy why would you chase? Why would you beg? It's a reflection of a trauma that you have not healed. That's the reason why you may do these things. So heal your trauma, center yourself, become the best version of yourself, and you will get the best. Because again, the universe will always reflect what you are. So if you don't like your circumstances, you don't like this, you don't like that, take a look in the mirror. A lot of you are so busy with you're so busy with the world and the pace of the world that you're not busy with yourself. You're not paying attention to yourself, and you need to. You are more important than anything and anyone. And in order for you to even get to that next level that you're looking to get to, you have to be ready. That's the reason why God probably have not given you what you're looking for, because you're not ready, because he don't want you to lose it. The universe, even though it can be a bit harsh, the universe will never give you more than what you can handle. And the universe will always keep what's for you until you're ready. The universe wants you to always be ready for whatever you're manifesting. If you're not ready, you're never going to receive it. Simple as that. So if you've been trying to manifest a certain amount of money, or you're trying to manifest whatever it is you're manifesting and it hasn't come exactly yet, it's because you're missing a certain step. And you can't get it until you get to that step, until you overcome that step. Am I saying something? Are you guys picking up what I'm putting down? Are you guys picking up what I'm putting down? Can I get some yes? Some yes in the chat. Are you guys picking up what I'm putting down? So, on that note, I'm going to leave you guys here. I'm going to leave you guys here with that last bit of words. I want to give you guys things to reflect on. I want you guys to think about your life. Think about the men that's in your life. Think about if you're ready to enter a new era in your life. And if you're ready to enter a new era in your life, join the Wealth Club. It's not just about making money, but what I love most about the Wealth Club is it's not just about the money aspect, but it teaches you how to be ready, how to handle stuff, even with taxes and finances, investing. It teaches you how to be ready while also giving you the tools to make money. So if you're here with me live on TikTok, thank you for being here with me on TikTok. If you're watching this replay on YouTube, thank you for watching. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or whatever audio platform you're listening on, thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, and you guys already know the rest. Until we meet again.